Hi everyone. Many thanks for inviting me here. Actually quite thankful to Kamal for pushing. I think she has been pushing for quite some months to get us here. So thanks a lot for the opportunity to showcase a bit what we have been achieving with through the core platform. Before diving into the content itself, I will quickly introduce to Belfius what we are doing. We are actually the third largest bank insurance company in Belgium. For those who don't see where it is, it's just between France and the Netherlands, so quite close to here. And we decided to jump with Kore to realize some great things. So let's first introduce what we are doing day in, day out.
Tout commence par du talent et de l'audace. Oser avancer, explorer, innover et poser notre regard sur le futur. Le talent inspire, crée des rêves et connecte les gens. C'est pour ça que nous nous engageons encore et encore à soutenir le talent belge. C'est ça, the power of love. Belfius, inspired by love.
So like you see, we are a love brand, like we call to say. Our purpose is actually to be meaningful and inspiring for the Belgian society. So really trying to support our customers day in, day out in all their endeavors, whether it's banking, providing mortgages, either to retail, corporates, institutional clients, but also protecting them with insurance services day in, day out. Our core values are really around customer obsession, and I'll come back to that. And that's the reason why we are here today, trying to serve our customers, bring them top service, top experience at any point in time, while at the same time being authentic, fair, and still keeping a bit that entrepreneurial mindset that makes the difference for us in the Belgian market. Like I said, key for us is accessibility. We often tend to see that accessibility in banking is all about digital. We are also, we know that's one of the key objectives. It's easy, we cut costs, and we are just accessible through mobile apps. However, we are still living in a world where branches are super important. We have a lot of clients that are not yet fully digital, so we still need to keep to serve them. That's why we focus actually on an hybrid approach. We still have 450 branches across Belgium, so that we can be very close to our customers, yet at the same time being ranked top first mobile app in the stores. Empowering everyone means also being inclusive, being fair. So we are having exclusive offerings for social accounts. People, we often say that it's banking the unbankable, but providing banking services to the ones which needs the most, actually. Entrepreneurial mindset, we are also co-building products and services. We are having telco packages, bringing innovative solutions for our clients, yet at the same time being fully focused on banking. Last but not least, we recently launched our direct insurance channels, boosting direct outreach and increasing the insurance services we can bring to the clients. With this, this would only be possible by focusing deeply on data and technology. So we really put this at the core of everything we do. Top first, again, mobile app in the market, and 98% customer satisfaction from our digital services, which is really at the core. We're really proud of those figures, because actually we are fighting day in, day out with the different teams to make sure that our channels brings the value for the clients. A bit of ESG as well, because we are talking a lot about data and technology, but we also need to keep in mind that a lot can be done. Still, at the same time, we need to weigh the impact it has on the environment as well, the governance and so on. So we don't do this at all costs. We also pick and select the right technologies at the right time, at the right moment, to make sure that we are actually having aligned with our purpose, stay meaningful and inspiring. I'll finish this quick intro by also saying that we are one of the top first recognized financial brand. So the Love brand was a bold move on the market. We're really doing a big move towards our clients, and it's getting recognized. Next to having 98% satisfaction on our digital channels, we have an average score of 94% across all our services. And 85% of our clients really feel loved by Belfius. So what is actually bringing us here today? It's actually a vision that we had a couple of years back, actually between 2 to 3 years. We stepped back and noticed that, like many other financial institutions, we actually grow over the last few years by creating some chatbots left and right. So we had one small bot for insurance, we had one small bot for handling some specific questions for bank, and so on and so on. Which meant that we actually had a quite scattered technology stack across the company. Many small initiatives have been thrown. I think that's Nick, that you mentioned. Launching a lot of things, actually not being unified. So next to having an ITCO for us, it also means that the experience for our clients was pretty bad, because you could have very big differences between having a conversation with one bot or the other. Also, 2 years back, not to mention generative AI, the boom with ChatGPT, we also started to feel that something big was coming, and that being very much expert-driven would start to reach its limit. So we decided that we really needed to do something big, a big move, and we wanted to go for something fully data-driven, so much less defining with an expert. I do feel that this is the question that the clients are asking themselves. No, forget about that. Let's really look at what are the questions that the clients are actually asking and build a meaningful experience based on that. Second, having, like I said, unified experience means that from wherever touch point, you actually get the same quality level. And obviously, in the end, manage the costs. Have a unified stack means also that we can improve on maintenance, reduce our TCO, and so on and so on. What we also took in mind is this is a long-term vision, but we also wanted that it's not only a customer transformation, but it's also an employee transformation. We see that in today's world, we can achieve so much with AI, but we still need a human a lot. And that's for us super important to balance the human aspect and the AI aspect. And by balancing those, we are actually capable of handling the easy request with AI. The more complex ones, a human can interact at any point in time. And therefore, the integration with our contact center, making sure that a human can seamlessly take over the bot and the reverse, was key for us. We also mentioned earlier in the presentation, modularity for models, super important. We wanted to build up on a modular architecture, make sure that we do not have any lock-in with any specific vendor, for 2 reasons. First, lock-in. Second, the technology evolution is going so fast that one model comes out one day, it can be outpaced the next day. And finally, bringing all this in the landscape of being prepared for agentic and generative AI, because we would opt, coming back on it a bit later, but we were opting for a gradual rollout, means that fail-safe approach, starting small, proving things, and gradually increasing in terms of complexity. So already mentioned a little bit, but our strategy was to cover multiple business lines. We had one for daily banking, so answering all the typical questions for the clients, like how should I change the PIN code of my card? How much is left on my bank? What is the limit that I can pay still this week? So basic questions on daily banking, but handling 80%, triggering 80% of the volumes on our contact center, actually. Focusing on insurance claims. Painful moment, you have a problem. streamlining a bit that process of declaring what we call the FNOL, so first notice of loss, getting that in a swift way to your insurer is actually a key element. When we see natural disaster, for instance, we see that the bot is the top first channels to allow clients to declare or to actually notify us that something happened. And last but not least, like I said, internal agents, we are also leveraging some internal bots to make sure that we have kind of those copilot aspects of our internal agents being capable of leveraging the knowledge that we have in-house to accelerate problem resolution so that they can also serve better our clients. So I'll actually do 2 Zooms now. First, on the internal agents to give you a bit of a feedback of what was our journey there and what did we learn thanks to this. And we'll focus on the 2 others, which are actually one track that we used. And we'll also have some key learnings to share with you all. So to support our internal agents, we actually were quite good. We managed to deploy a full bot solution in less than 3 months, going live and serving around 400 internal agents. So they could actually ask any questions, the bot would answer them. However, what we noticed is that though we were super fast in doing it, we actually failed to some extent. So, kumbaya, we were all there, but we were not yet there, actually. So what we noticed is actually that for this one, we use knowledge graph, means you pull the data, and the magic of AI happens, and you get all the data. It creates automatically the feedback and so on. What we noticed is that actually garbage in, garbage out was yet another time proven right. And we had to rework deeply our knowledge. So it took us a little bit, few months, to go over all the internal data, correct the information, make sure that it's accurate, to actually leverage the full power of the knowledge graph. So that's a key learning there. We heard it a couple of times. Yeah, it's easy, just plug on the data. But we also heard, how do we manage this? How do we ensure data quality? So data quality processing are key in making sure that this is successful. But it goes way beyond this, actually. It goes around knowledge management. How do you make sure that the knowledge that you pull towards your engines is correct? And it's not about doing data sanitization once. It's about how do you make sure that continuously you stay on top of the data and you make sure that it doesn't drift anywhere. That in tomorrow, no one comes and starts spitting something that is slightly the same, yet at the same time slightly different, which would start to confuse the different models. So knowledge management is key, and we have created for this specific tracks for knowledge workers. So we were discussing about new roles in the world of AI. This is typically one of the key roles that we see, is to make sure that we have the data. So getting the right tool, yes, but getting the right data is as important for us. Then we went on the other side. So the internal agents, we had decided to go for knowledge graph. Why? Because we saw that as an opportunity to go super fast, and the risk was quite limited because we were only exposed internally. Here we are on a client use case, means that we are facing our end customers. I showcased how important for us the customer experience is at the core of everything we do. Customer obsession. We were not ready to trade off any single point on this one. So we've decided to take the time and to properly assess and roll out bots. We were not yet fully going for an agent, autonomous agents solutions there, but we have actually been going for more, in a first step, conversational AI bots. So more driven by specific objective, yet at the same time flexibility to handle and to switch between different flows. So it gives us actually a good edge between, a good evolution between the traditional chatbot that we had and the first steps to our more autonomous handling. As you can see, it took us a year and a half before our first go live. So I can tell that the first month, and we've been fighting a lot with Komal, the first months were tough. in the sense that we were aiming big and trying to shoot actually too high. So our learning there was, at some point, we dared to say, okay, let's pause a second. What are we actually doing? And are we still focused with our head on the right things? So what is the customer experience that we want to bring? And at some point, we simplified some of the things which unlocked the delivery and allowed in a couple of months to actually go live. So we need to have those moments there to re-challenge the position. It's not because we took a stance that we need to continue in that direction, but it takes the guts to do it. Also, focus on clear and limited cases first that we can control and roll out successfully, and then only start looking at a gradual approach moving forward. So the combination of iterative approach really worked for us and focusing on simple things. And quite happy to say that earlier this month we had rolled out our latest clients, and now we have actually 2 million clients served by this conversational bot day to day. Bringing us to, but actually, what are we doing? Supporting our digital clients and contact center. Like I said, 2 million clients. So we have between 3.5 and 4 million clients in total, including corporates, businesses, institutional clients, and the ones that are going to the branches. So not all the clients are digital, but a big chunk are, and those are 2 millions. 24/7 asynchronous chat, which means that we are handling actually on average 3,000 conversations per day. And out of those, 70% are actually fulfilled by the bot only. So only 30% of those request a human handover, means that a human has to take over the bot to finalize and answer the question of the client. An important point that we bring is the asynchronous messaging, for which we actually co-worked with Kore on creating that new features. It means that, like in a WhatsApp message, you could chat with the bot, and let's say you're at night. Not a lot of people are doing it, but some are. You're chatting at night with the bot, yet you request a human handover, so speaking to someone, and there's no one actually in the contact center. How do? We only queue it, and the next day, the agents can answer back in the exact same conversation to the client. The client gets a notification and continues on. And we can switch back seamlessly between the bot and the human agents. So, moving to quite some efficiency, but yet at the same time bringing quite new experiences for our clients. Moving forward, where are we actually focusing on? But obviously, I said we have an iterative approach, so the idea would be now to integrate additional scope and services, meaning that increasing on advisory investments. On insurance, we can go way beyond claims management, but going into underwriting as well. We are looking at deploying a full agenticai setup behind. So the steps that we took by setting that up were actually moving towards an architecture that would allow deploy this agentic setup. So we are kind of grounded to get there. And that's the next thing that we will push on. And last but not least, standardization of integration. MCP, A2A are things that are popping up. We strongly believe in it, in the sense that, I think I will again push on something that we heard today. It's not a buy versus build. So it's not about building it yourself or buying a solution. It's about creating an ecosystem where you can combine, buy, and build solutions in an efficient way so that you can build on the things that makes the difference, yet at the same time, jumpstart on the things that are staples onto the market. So this is a bit our story. Quite happy to be there and to share with you. Don't hesitate if there is any questions, and if I can do, if we can chat on any topic. Thanks a lot.